You've felt sparks before, those pleasant little zings of attraction that make your stomach flutter and your palms sweat. But this is different. Imagine walking through life with your emotional volume turned down to a polite murmur, and then, click, someone cranks it to full blast without asking. Suddenly, colors are brighter, music sounds richer, and every cell in your body is standing at attention, like a soldier who just heard the national anthem. Congratulations! You might have just stumbled into the cosmic comedy club where twin flames are the headliners. This isn't love at first sight. It's recognition at first sight. The eerie, bone-deep certainty that you've met someone your soul has known forever, even if your brain is currently short-circuiting trying to process their name. Scientists might call it pheromones or pattern recognition. Poets might sigh about destiny. But you'll probably just stand there, half-dazed, wondering why your heart is doing gymnastics, while your logical mind screams, "Abort mission." Here's the twist. Twin flames don't just enter your life, they rearrange it. Like a celestial interior designer, they knock down emotional walls you didn't even know were there, rearrange your mental furniture, and leave you staring at the open space wondering, who the hell lives here now? It's equal parts exhilarating and terrifying, like skydiving without a parachute, but somehow knowing the ground will catch you. And let's be honest, you didn't see this coming. You were fine. You had your routines, your carefully curated emotional boundaries, your "I'm totally healed" affirmations on the fridge. Then bam, one conversation, one glance, one inexplicable magnetic pull later, and suddenly you're questioning everything you thought you knew about love, connection, and yourself. But here's the secret hiding in plain sight. This isn't really about them. It never was. A twin flame is less about finding your other half and more about meeting a walking, talking mirror that reflects back the parts of yourself you've been too busy, too scared, or too distracted to face. They're the universe's cheeky way of saying, "Oh, sweetheart, you thought you were done growing. Buckle up." So if you've ever locked eyes with someone and felt the world tilt on its axis, if you've ever been equal parts drawn to and terrified by a connection that defies all logic, take a deep breath. You're not losing your mind. You're being invited to find it. You're walking through life, half asleep, thinking you know what love is, until the universe grabs you by the shoulders and shakes. Then they walk in, and suddenly the air changes. Your pulse does this ridiculous little tap dance, your stomach flips like a pancake on a Sunday morning, and your brain short circuits, because you know them. Not in the, "Hey, didn't we take the same yoga class last summer?" way. No, this is deeper, older, like finding a letter you wrote to yourself a lifetime ago and forgot about. Ever had a dream so vivid you woke up clutching your chest, aching for something you can't name? That's the twin flame recognition. A déjà vu so intense, it feels less like memory and more like destiny finally catching up. Some say it's past life residue, two souls who've danced this dance before. Others call it quantum entanglement. Your energy's so in sync that separation was always an illusion. But honestly, labels don't matter when your soul is screaming, "There you are." And here's the wild part. They feel it too. Maybe not right away, Some of us are tragically slow on the uptake, but eventually the penny drops. You'll catch it in their eyes, that flicker of, wait, you? Or in the way they say your name like they've been practicing it for centuries. It's unnerving, beautiful, a little ridiculous. Like the universe went, surprise, here's the other half of your chaos, and now you're both standing there, holding this metaphysical grenade, wondering if pulling the pin will heal you or blow everything up. But here's the kicker. Recognition doesn't guarantee smooth sailing. Oh no, this isn't some Hallmark movie where the music swells and credits roll. Twin flames mirror your deepest wounds, your ugliest fears, the parts of yourself you've stuffed in the basement and pretended don't exist. So that initial, it's you, euphoria, it's often followed by a, oh God, it's you, panic. Because nothing terrifies the ego more than being seen. Truly, wholly, inconveniently seen. So if you've met someone and the world tilted, if your heart said home while your brain yelled stranger danger, congrats. You might have just bumped into your own soul wearing another person's skin. Now the real question is, will you lean in or run like your pants are on fire? You've felt attraction before, maybe even infatuation, that giddy, can't eat, can't sleep, Spotify playlist obsessed kind of crush. But this is something else entirely. Meeting your twin flame isn't like falling in love. It's like being thrown into it, backwards, blindfolded, with your heart wide open and no safety net. 1 minute you're fine, just living your life, and the next, boom, you're a walking exposed nerve, feeling everything times 1,000. Ever seen those nature documentaries where two galaxies collide? Stars don't crash, they dance, spiraling toward each other in slow, inevitable motion, reshaping everything in their path. That's what this feels like. Your emotions aren't just stirred, they're rearranged. Joy so bright it burns. Fear so sharp it steals your breath. A vulnerability so raw you half expect to look down and see your own heartbeat glowing through your shirt like some tragic romantic superhero. And the weirdest part? You can't even explain why. Psychologists call this limerence, the obsessive, all-consuming phase of early attachment. Spiritual teachers call it Kundalini awakening, a surge of energy unlocking your deepest emotional vaults. Poets, they just sigh and scribble love in the margins because the language fails here. You're feeling decades of suppressed longing, lifetimes of unmet soul promises, all crashing into the present moment at once. No wonder it's overwhelming. Your soul's been waiting for this reunion longer than your minds even existed. And let's be real, it's terrifying. Love this intense doesn't just fill you, it exposes you. Suddenly, all those carefully constructed walls, the I'm fine smiles, the I don't need anyone armor, start cracking like ice under spring sun. You might cry in the grocery store over a song you don't remember hearing. You might rage at them for no reason other than they see you too clearly. You might even try to bolt, because surely this much feeling can't be safe. Here's the secret though, that tidal wave of emotion. It's not just about them, it's about you. Your twin flame acts like a cosmic mirror, reflecting back every unhealed wound, every buried dream, every hidden part of yourself you've been too afraid to acknowledge. So when you're drowning in all these feelings, what you're really facing is your own depth. And yeah, it's messy. Beautifully, brutally messy. But here's the hope. Intensity fades. not the love, the storm. What feels like an earthquake now will settle into fertile ground. The tears, the chaos, the what the hell is happening to me? Panic. That's just your soul shaking off the dust. So if you're in it right now, if every cell in your body is screaming and soaring and scaring the hell out of you, breathe. This isn't destruction, it's reconstruction. And you're not drowning. You're learning to swim in an ocean you were born to navigate. You know that moment when your phone buzzes with a text from someone right as you were thinking about them? Multiply that by 1,000, strip away the technology, and replace it with something far more ancient. That's the telepathic bond between twin flames. It's not just finishing each other's sentences. It's the eerie, goosebump-inducing sensation that your thoughts aren't entirely your own anymore, or rather, they're shared, like two radios tuned to the same frequency. Ever had a dream so vivid it clung to you all day, only to find out they dreamed it too? Or felt a sudden, inexplicable pang of sadness out of nowhere, only to discover later that they were having a rough afternoon across town? This isn't coincidence. It's not even intuition, really. It's something far more primal. Scientists might call it quantum entanglement, particles influencing each other across vast distances. Poets call it magic. But you'll just call it confusing as hell. Because how are you supposed to logic your way through something that defies every rule you've ever known about how minds work? Here's the wild part. This connection doesn't just pick up thoughts. It amplifies emotions. Their joy becomes your joy. Their grief becomes your grief. It's like your heart suddenly grew a second set of nerves, and now you're feeling everything doubled. Beautiful? Absolutely. Exhausting? Oh, you have no idea. Some days it's like walking around with your emotional shields down in a psychic hailstorm. Other days it's the most profound comfort you've ever known. Proof that you're never truly alone, even in your darkest moments. And let's talk about the practical weirdness of it all, like when you're humming a song under your breath and they text you the lyrics 5 minutes later, or when you know with bone-deep certainty that they're about to call, seconds before your phone rings. It's hilarious until it's not, because what even is personal space anymore when your souls are this tangled up? But here's the thing. This bond isn't just parlor tricks and psychic paranoia. It's a tool, a lifeline, a reminder that separation is an illusion. When you're continents apart, or when life gets messy and words fail, this silent thread between you remains, unbroken, unwavering. It's the universe's way of whispering, see, you're still connected, always. So if you've ever doubted this bond, if you've ever chalked it up to imagination or wishful thinking, stop. Your skepticism is just your mind's way of trying to file the inexplicable into a neat little box labeled, nope, not possible. But the heart knows better. The soul remembers. And somewhere beyond logic, beyond doubt, you already know this is real. The question is, are you brave enough to trust it? You know how they say time flies when you're having fun? Well, someone clearly forgot to tell twin flames. Because when you meet yours, time doesn't just fly or stand still. It does this weird cosmic salsa where 5 minutes can feel like 5 hours, and 5 hours can feel like 5 seconds. Ever been so lost in someone's eyes that you genuinely forgot what year it was? Congratulations, you've just experienced temporal distortion, Soulmate edition. There's this moment, this suspended, breathless moment, where the chatter of the world fades, the hands of the clock stop their endless marching, and suddenly you're existing in some alternate dimension where the only things that matter are their smile and the way your heart is currently attempting to break free from your ribcage. Einstein called it relativity. Poets call it magic. You'll probably just call it that time I missed my bus stop because I was too busy staring at them like they'd just invented sunlight. And here's the kicker. It's not just your perception. They feel it too. You'll both swear you only talked for 20 minutes, only to check your phones and realize 4 hours have vanished. It's like your souls created their own little time zone. Let's call it Twin Flame Standard Time, where schedules don't exist and punctuality is for people who haven't met their mirror soul yet. Scientists might explain this as a dopamine-induced time dilation, thanks brain chemicals. Spiritual teachers would say you've brushed against the eternal, that place beyond clocks and calendars where souls recognize each other. But honestly, labels don't matter when you're busy living in that delicious paradox where time both evaporates and stretches into infinity. The beautiful irony? These moments of timelessness often contain more truth than years of ordinary living. In those suspended seconds, you're not just meeting a person, you're remembering a promise made long before either of you took human form. So if you ever find yourself lost in one of these eternal instants, don't panic. You're not losing time, you're finding something far more precious. Let's be real, you probably didn't sign up for this. You thought meeting your twin flame would be like a rom-com montage. Stolen glances, passionate kisses, maybe a cute argument in the rain. But instead, it feels more like someone took a cosmic crowbar to your soul and pried it wide open. Suddenly, all your old beliefs are crumbling. Your emotions are a minefield, and you're crying at commercials like they're profound spiritual parables. Welcome to your awakening, beautiful mess. This isn't just love, it's demolition. That carefully constructed identity you've spent years perfecting. Gone. Those neat little boxes you sorted your life into, tossed in the air like confetti. Your twin flame didn't just walk into your life. They kicked down the door wearing a neon sign that reads, "Time to get real." And now here you are, standing in the rubble of who you thought you were, wondering why enlightenment feels so much like heartburn. You'll start noticing things, patterns, synchronicities, whispers from the universe that you used to ignore. Numbers will follow you like a stalker. Songs on the radio will feel like personalized messages. You'll develop a sudden, inexplicable urge to meditate or do yoga, or maybe just sit in the shower questioning every life choice that led you here. But here's the secret. This isn't about them. Not really. Your twin flame is just the match. You're the kindling. All those parts of yourself you've been ignoring, they're roaring to life now. That creative spark you buried in college, it's back. Those childhood dreams you labeled silly, they're knocking louder than your upstairs neighbor at 3 a.m. This connection isn't just changing your love life, it's rebooting your entire operating system. And yes, it's terrifying. There will be days you'll want to crawl back into your old life, back to when things made sense. You'll miss the simplicity of surface-level relationships, of believing you had it all figured out. But here's the magic. That version of you can't exist anymore. Like a snake shedding its skin or a phoenix burning to ashes, you're being remade. Stronger, brighter, more you than you've ever been. So when the ground beneath you shakes, when the tears come for no reason, when you find yourself wide awake at 4 a.m., scribbling in a journal like some lovesick poet, remember, this isn't chaos, it's construction. Your soul isn't breaking, it's breathing for the first time in years. The question isn't, why is this happening? It's, what miracle are you becoming? So here you stand, at the edge of everything you thought you knew about love, with your heart cracked wide open like a geode revealing its hidden crystals. This journey was never about finding your missing half, was it? Turns out you were whole all along. Who knew? It was about discovering how brilliantly you could shine when reflected in eyes that see straight through to your soul. Maybe your story looks like reunion. Maybe it looks like release. Perhaps right now, it just looks like a beautiful, bewildering mess that makes zero logical sense. But here's the sacred paradox. Even the most painful chapters are conspiring for your expansion. Those sleepless nights, they were incubators for your courage. The gut-wrenching goodbyes, they were clearing space for a deeper yes. The moments you swore you couldn't survive the intensity, you did. You are. You're becoming. This connection didn't come to complete you. It came to ignite you. Like a struck match in a cathedral, it illuminated corners of yourself you'd forgotten existed. And whether your twin flame stays by your side or becomes a compass pointing you home to yourself, their fingerprints on your soul are permanent ink. Not all soul contracts are meant to last a lifetime, but the transformations they spark, those are eternal. So breathe, dear heart. There's no right way to navigate this. No cosmic deadline for union, no failure in the falling apart. Your worth was never tied to an outcome, only to your willingness to keep showing up, raw and real, for the miraculous work of being human. The universe has a funny way of answering our prayers for love. It gives us not what we want, but what we need to remember who we are. And if this journey has taught you anything, let it be this. You are vast enough to hold both the ache and the ecstasy, both the certainty and the mystery, both the person you were and the one you're becoming. Now turn the page. The next chapter isn't about waiting. It's about creating, not about finding love, but being love. And darling, you've been practicing for this your whole life.